I don't want to do McFish.
Welcome in, everyone, and happy Sunday. Excuse me. No, dude, no. Fuck, I should turn that shit off. Fuck. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Welcome in. Welcome in Twitch. Welcome in. Welcome in Facebook. Welcome in YouTube. Welcome in, everyone. I'm just getting stuff set up. I'm warming up with you guys real quick. 1 second. Alright, let's actually switch over here. I am ready. Alright. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. Today we're gonna be doing something like that. Ivy, why, bro? Oh my god, bro. Welcome in, dude. Thanks for joining us today, man. We're actually about ready to start my podcast, Second Chance Warriors, because I've been wanting to do this for a while. Alright, so we actually have a special guest today. We have a guest, and their name is Wisdom of Centuries. Please give them a follow. Actually, here, let me thanks, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Is the welcome in, Leslie of Century. Yeah, they're actually streaming this right now as well, along with me. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, Holly. Yeah, everyone, welcome in. Yeah, today we're gonna get Second Chance Awards going because, again, like I said, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I'm actually glad that I'm finally getting to do that. And yeah. Yes. Thank you. All right, so there you go. We're gonna go ahead and start the call now. No. Video call.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, good, good. Give me 1 second here. I am trying to get. There you go. All right.
I'm trying to make this full screen.
Yeah.
There it is. We made it full screen. And
That's exactly what I'm
I
doing
will,
right now myself.
yeah. All right, you are live.
Sweet. We are both live. Hell yeah. So
Yeah, we are.
welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah,
Again, I really appreciate you being my first guest on this. And
yeah.
again, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Like ever since my stroke, I was thinking about it. I was like, there's got to be something I could do that will, you know, promote, stroke awareness by talking about it. Then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's do a podcast again, all over again. So that's when the idea came up to me to start this off because not everyone is aware of what to look for when someone's having a stroke, right? Like
Right.
I had no idea I was having a stroke when it happened, and I was just like, but yeah, welcome in, everyone. This is Wisdom,
Hi.
my guest for the day.
Thank you for having
So,
me.
of course, I'm really happy that you agreed to be the first guest. Yeah, myself, like I said earlier, my name is Matt. I'm actually 40 years old. I had my stroke when I was 38. Um, at the time, I was actually living in Vegas, and
Mm-hmm.
I I was just enjoying life until this happened, and
Right.
I
Who
was
ordered all
thinking,
this fucking anime titty?
I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, how did I let this happen? Like, why? Why did this happen to me? Like, what caused this? And I'm just thinking to myself, all right, for sure it's work, not eating good, not working out, you know, just doing bad stuff, not
Mm-hmm.
paying attention to my health.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when I was also overweight too. Like I think I was like 280 at the time. And yeah, I was really like overworked, like working 16-hour days, going home only sleeping for about 4 hours and going back at it again. And all of that led up to my stroke. On top of that,
Mm-hmm.
high blood pressure, like it runs in my family. Like Filipinos, we all have a history of high blood, and with all that, like it hit. Actually, the day it hit, I was actually working that day. I was going home, but for some reason, out of nowhere, my head started hurting. Like I had a bad headache, and I was starting to stumble everywhere. Like I was kind of like misstepping, dropping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was, I got off work. I was driving home. Now my friend told me, "Hey, please drive carefully. You didn't look too good in there today." I no problem. I'll get home safely. I'll let you know when I get home. So I'm driving home, maybe about 20 minutes into my drive. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay. Like everything's cool. I get to my apartment. I walk upstairs. I get to my room. I start changing my clothes, and I go into the bathroom, and I start noticing that my left side started to get weak, and then I started slurring, and then
Okay.
my my vision started to go a little blurry, and I started losing my balance. The next thing you
Mm-hmm.
know, I see myself falling down. On my way down, like my head hit the toilet. Luckily, I
That's
did
so
not.
bad.
Yeah, luckily I did not pass out or anything because had I passed out, it would have been a lot worse. So I
Yeah.
collapsed. I pick up my phone. I'm trying to call someone, but somehow I locked myself out of my phone. I don't know how I did, but it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was laying on the ground for maybe about 20, 30 seconds. My roommate comes out of his room. He comes to the bathroom. He sees me on the ground. He asks me if I'm okay. I'm like, trying to struggle, like, why my left not working? Like, I'm listening to myself, like, what the hell happened to my body? Like, why can't I not move
Yeah.
my left side? Like, I'm struggling. Then my roommate automatically called 911. Not even 10 minutes. They're not even 5 minutes. They're already there. They
Yeah.
picked me up, and as they were wheeling me out, they're like, "Do you know what happened to you?" I was like, "No, I don't." I said, "Dude, you just had a stroke. Please try to calm down. Try to remain calm."
Right.
The
Well, the
whole
biggest thing, just to explain on that side, if anybody's listening,
yeah,
whenever you're in the midst of a stroke and they're asking you to be calm, it's quite literally to make sure that your blood pressure doesn't go higher, to make sure nothing goes bad, worse than what it is. Go ahead. Sorry.
exactly. No, you're good. You're good. She, Wisdom has a point. Very good point. So the best thing to do when someone's having a stroke, keep them calm. Literally keep them calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole ride there, the EMT guy was talking to me the whole time, make sure that I'm copacetic. Like I can understand what's going on. Like literally the whole
Mm-hmm.
time I was listening to him. Like I was talking, like was asking me questions, and I uh I was talking to him, just having conversation, trying to relax me. And by the time I got to the emergency room, I was starting to doze off. They did their best to
Mm-hmm.
really keep me awake. Like they were shaking me, shaking me, shaking me.
Yeah.
Um, After that, like they were wheeling me off somewhere else. I think that's when they brought me to the ICU.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I cannot remember anything else because I believe I think they put me into induced coma.
Mm-hmm.
That my brain can the swelling can go down.
Right.
So I believe I was in there for about 2 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got out, my family was alerted. Like they found out I had a stroke because I told my roommate, go ahead and let people know.
Yeah.
So my brother came out first to visit me. But even then, I was not in the right mind. I was totally out of it.
Yeah.
I literally told, like, the little time I had awake, I told him I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything. I was just crying. I don't remember anything, and I fell back asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the whole time I was just thinking to myself, like during that whole like coma, I was trying to think to myself, what the hell happened? Like, why did my body shut down on me? Like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck happened? Like, not only that, one of the scariest things actually happened to me too during my coma as well. My parents. So, my parents both actually passed away already, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
They visited me in my dream. Like they did. I saw them in my dream. They were telling me, "What happened to you? Why are you like this?" Talking to me like real life stuff.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they tell me, "Hey, why don't you come with us this way? Be with us. We'll never be alone. We'll never be apart again." Like they're literally
Mm-hmm.
telling me to pass over, to follow them. It was just like, I don't think it's my time yet. It's not my time to
Yeah.
leave yet. So yeah, that was like literally like the weirdest and scariest thing I've ever experienced while in the hospital. Like my parents were really trying to pull me to them, like,
Hmm.
but I fought back. I told them I can't go yet. I'm too young. Like, I'm not ready to die yet. Like, no.
Yeah.
So by the time I came to, like, I was realizing that I'm in the hospital,
Hmm.
and then the nurse, like, the nurse was coming in who was trying to like clean me up and everything. They saw me awake. They're like, "Oh my God, you're finally awake. How are you feeling?" Like, literally checking on me and everything. I was just laying in the bed, like looking at her, like, "Who are you? Like, where am I?" Just
Hmm.
trying to piece everything together. Like, they were telling me everything, that I was in a hospital, I had a stroke, yada yada,
Hmm.
all that stuff, and it's just like after I broke down, I cried.
Yeah.
Then my brother came, finally visited me, told my sister to come too because they had to come and see me. They want to know what happened. So yeah, the whole time I was just so dumbfounded, like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
how? How did this happen? Like,
Right.
and even up to now, I'm just thinking to myself, like, why did I let this happen to myself? Like, if I could change anything, for sure, it would have been to, do the opposite of what I did, be more healthier. But of course, we can't turn
You
back
can't
time anymore.
you can't guarantee that though. That's the thing.
Exactly,
When that
exactly.
happens, you can't guarantee like our bodies like help us to survive, but the problem is it can sometimes do something bad and it doesn't realize it's doing something bad until it's too late. And then our
Exactly.
body's like, well, we can't fix it. But that's when we like rely on the outside world to fix it. So I get that completely.
Yeah,
And
definitely,
trust me,
definitely.
like I'm still in that boat of like how did this happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um because yeah, like that is the struggle. Like your story is very similar to mine. The only
Mhm.
difference is I ended up uh when I had mine, it was I caught COVID back in July of 2022, and literally it took about 2 to 3 weeks to get over COVID because it was absolutely horrid on my body. Mind you, I had the vaccine too, so like that was helping me in a sense, but unfortunately, my lungs and my body just did not take it well. So I developed pneumonia right afterwards, and so I was on prescription medication for antibiotics. And on August the 28th, this is a month later, literally a freaking month later,
Mhm.
um, I'm waking up in the day and I'm thinking, okay, like we're just gonna have a normal day. We're gonna clean the house. Um, I what's fortunate for me, so I can explain some of that, is I moved from Florida to Colorado because of my job because I got a
Mhm.
promotion, and I came out here and I moved my parents with me. And I'm actually super fortunate that I moved to my parents out here with me because if I had not had my mother with me at the time, it would have been a lot worse. But yeah,
Yeah.
August the 28th, I woke up, I got ready, I didn't have breakfast. It was kind of weird for me because I'm normally a breakfast person. I go eat, take medicine, whatever I need to do. And I didn't eat because I felt really weird and I just didn't understand what was going on. And I was like, okay, so we're going to get ready for the day. I have to go get cleaned up so that I can then go clean up the house, kind of thing. And so
Mhm.
I got ready, took a nice hot bath. And then when I was getting out of the bath, I reached up with my left hand, reached out to go turn off my light in my bathroom, and immediately had the sense that somebody else reached past me and turned off the light, that it was not my hand. And I'm looking at my hand going, this is attached to my body. Why am I not feeling my arm right now?
Yeah.
This is really weird. And mind you, I also started a headache. I started this weird pain in the back of my neck on the right side of the back of the neck, and it started wrapping up to the front of my head. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't understand this at all. So I went downstairs, and of course my mom's down there. She's eating breakfast, and I was like, "Hey, this is really weird. I don't know how to explain this to you, but right now I don't feel like my left arm is mine." And my mom's like, "That's weird." And but at the time, like, I'm sitting down on a couch, and my headache is getting worse. Like, it's getting worse. It's increasing, and I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Mhm.
But by that time, I'm it's a pulsing headache, but it wasn't horrible, but it was a pulsing headache. This is not normal for me. And I pick up my phone to look at my phone just so I could talk to some of my gaming friends at the time. And
Yeah.
literally when I looked at my phone, I could only see the middle of my screen. That's it. I couldn't see anything else. And even if I
Oh.
tried to look to the left to see the A on the keyboard, I could not see it. And I was trying to type, and there was so many misspellings that I was like, this doesn't make sense. So immediately, like, I texted my boss, and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm coming in tomorrow. I think I'm sick. I don't know what's going on. But I didn't realize that there were so many errors in my text message. Mind you, after I get done with the text message, I look up, and immediately my right iris is projected out in front of me. And
Wow.
I'm just seeing an iris, and I'm like, that's not good. But of course, like, I told my mom what was going on, all the symptoms I had, but I left out the iris projecting out because that just freaked me out, and I didn't know how to
Yeah.
explain it because I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh yeah.
We called 911. The EMT shows up. The worst thing that happened was that the EMT people, they did take me to the hospital, but the worst part is the EMT riding in the back of the ambulance, they're like, well, you're too young. You are too young to have a stroke. I'm 33 years old at that time. And I'm like, no. Like, there's always a possibility of anything. You can't rule that out. But
Oh
he's
yeah.
like, you're too young. And I'm like, okay. We get to the hospital. Mind you, I get to the one hospital that's closest to my house. They do a CT scan and an MRI scan. It literally was all hands on deck then. People were rushing in and out of my room, freaking out, going, what's happening? They proceeded to tell me that my right carotid artery was clogged. The entire thing was clogged, and it was dissected with a tear in it. It was torn with a clog. So at that point, I'm like, how? And so they're sitting there going, well, the only thing we could do at this point is we could administer I don't remember the exact title of it, but it's called the Russell Viper venom, which is a specific venom that they inject you with to dissolve blood clots. And I was like, okay, well, I'm in the hospital, might as well do it, that's fine. But unbeknownst to me, they're not explaining to me that they can't do the surgery there. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But they didn't tell me that. They just administered the Russell Viper venom. And then immediately this other woman comes rushing in and she goes, I'm sorry, like, I'm so frantic, you need to sign these things because we have a helicopter in our parking lot. And I was like, helicopter? Why do you have a helicopter? And she goes, it's for you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I proceed to get airlifted to another hospital, which is literally an hour away, but in helicopter, it's like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So they get me there. I'm there at the hospital. I go down into the ICU, where they're supposed to put me. And sitting in the room, I'm sitting there just preparing for whatever's going to happen. And I suddenly feel a flash of white hot heat go from my head all the way down to the left side, down my arm, all the way down to my feet. And I was like, oh my God, what just happened? And I immediately called the nurse, and the nurse comes running in, and she goes, okay, we're going to do a check. And she's like, lift up both arms, hold them up for me. And I dropped the left side. Immediately just dropped. And at that point, I knew it was bad. This was bad. This was absolutely bad. And the doctor comes rushing in. We don't know what surgery is going to end up happening because there's two different ways you could do the surgery. One, they can go inside the skull, or they're going up through the aortic artery through your groin, basically. They didn't know which way was going to end up happening, but they got me back into ICU. The entire time they're telling me to do thumbs up, and I can't do the left side. All I'm doing is right. This is not moving at all in
Damn.
the entire thing. Sorry. Best.
Maybe.
But I couldn't do it, and I went into surgery. And like your experience of having your parents there, kind of beckoning you in, I didn't have anybody who like beckoned me forward, but I knew I died. I absolutely knew I died on that operating table. But they got it out. The issue that happened is they went up in and they had to get to the front of my brain. So they went to the aortic channel, basically, through the groin. And they went up to here and they grabbed a piece of, they grabbed the blood clot, but unfortunately a piece broke off and went all the way back to my pons in the back.
Ooh.
And hit there, and that's how I died on the table. But thankfully, the viper venom that was there dissolved it pretty quickly, but I still died. So they had to get me back because I basically stopped breathing and stopped, no heart rate, no nothing. So they brought me back, but then I went back into the ICU because they were done with everything. I'm awake. But I want to say I was probably in surgery for like 2 to 3 hours. I don't know anything of it. They told me that I was intubated for an hour, where they like basically shoved the thing down into my throat to make me breathe. But yeah, I'm back in ICU, and the doctor comes in and he's like, "Hey, how you feeling?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have a headache anymore. It doesn't feel like I got hit by a 2x4, and basically I'm not in pain anymore, which is great." And he immediately was like, "Can you give me 2 thumbs up?" And I just lifted up both arms. And sorry.
No
Um,
worries, no worries.
But immediately, yeah, like my mom just started crying right there, right then and there. But yeah, it was. We were shocked that I was still alive. It wasn't until 3 days later that the doctor actually told me, we actually didn't expect her to come out of this, is what he stated. And I was like, oh my God, this is insane. But yeah, since then, the recovery has been since 2022. The first 3 months of my recovery was basically playing video games to get my memory working again. Because I currently deal with memory issues as well as aphasia. So I could be mid conversation with you and immediately forget a word that I've known completely for a while. And it can be daunting and quite irritating, especially in conversations.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's been a recovery process. I'm still recovering from it. My job has been fantastic. They've taken care of me really well, which I completely appreciate. But yeah, it's been a road. It's definitely been a road. I still deal with migraines too, which just sucks. So yeah, I completely understand like everything that you've gone through. And the only difference, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're so lucky, like you came out of the stroke and you don't have any like physical issues." And I was like, quite literally, because of how fast they got to me. That was the difference. That is quite literally the difference between any of us, basically. And I'm lucky that I have function, but it's hard too because I do lose my balance quite often. In which like I could just be walking and yeah, I just lose the balance. And it's rough because you never know what a stroke's going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn, that's so insane to hearing your story. Like every stroke story is different. Wow,
Yeah.
like you're wow, that's insane. Like the whole time you were telling me, I'm just imagining it. Like
Well, that's
Wow.
that's the same thing. Like you're explaining it to me, and I'm like, bro, I have that symptom. I have that symptom. It's yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
Yeah,
like, wow, it's crazy. Like, so do you have full function of your whole left side or not really?
I do. Yeah, I can use both the hands and I can use both my feet. My issue sometimes is I can easily trip and stumble when I'm walking. Um, I'm hearing impaired as well, so like I also have that. I don't have a good equilibrium some days, but I mean,
Gotcha.
we work with it. We do what we can, basically. But yeah, I also have a stent in my neck. I literally have a stent in my neck, the whole length of
Oh,
my neck. Because I
wow.
put that in there because I have a torn carotid artery. They can't do anything about it except for put a stent in there. So
Wow. Wow,
yeah,
wow, wow. And this was back in 2022, you said?
yeah. August the 28th of 2022. It's absolutely insane. I consider that my rebirth day. So yeah,
Mine was literally 2 months after yours. October 3rd, 2022 for me.
yeah. I was kind of wondering about that because you said it was like 2 years ago. I was like, bro, are we the same?
I know, yeah.
Are we
Literally,
close?
that's
Yeah,
crazy. Holy crap.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
You said
that's
you
insane.
live in Vegas?
I lived in Vegas at the time. And right now, I'm back home in
Okay,
California. Yeah. I
gotcha.
moved back.
Okay,
Yeah, because, yeah, so during this whole time, like after I got out of the hospital, like, oh my God, the team that I worked with, fucking amazing. Like literally,
yeah.
like if ever I go back to Vegas to visit, I'm paying
Hmm.
all of them a visit. Physical, occupational, speech,
Yeah,
all of them. Even the nurses, like they're all awesome.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
I
We don't
I
give them
got
enough credit. We really
right,
don't.
right.
Yeah.
Like actually, I'm streaming this on YouTube, on Facebook as well. One of my friends, she's
Yeah.
actually a nurse. Like I respect nurses so much.
Yeah.
That's why I never give them shit.
No, you can't.
Yeah, like why? What's the point?
Yeah. No, they
Oh,
did such an amazing job with me because I remember
oh
going
yeah,
back in and going into the ICU and I'm freaking out. And my parents walked in right as I was going into the stroke, and my mom's like trying to keep me calm because like I started crying really bad because
yeah,
I knew at that time like this is it, I'm done, this is it.
right,
Basically,
right.
that's all was going through my mind, and my mom was trying to keep me like as calm as possible. And I remember there's the distinct feeling because I even asked her like a little bit later. I was like, "Were you still rubbing my hand when we went back into the ICU?" And my mom's like, "Oh no, I wasn't there with you. It was a nurse who took over, who
Oh,
basically just kept holding my hand and like rubbing it because that was the only thing that kept me calm in that moment because it was so freaky, so freaky."
damn, that's insane. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like I'm really happy I'm hearing someone else's story because I can only imagine like how other stroke survivors like what they've experienced. It's just like
Yep.
wow, wow,
Well,
you know.
so there is one other person. They're more famous. I don't know that we would ever be able to get them on here, but Amelia Clark. Do you know who that is?
Oh, Amelia Clark.
Yeah, Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, she actually had an aortic aneurysm. I want to say it was in her brain that she had. I think it was right before second season of Game of Thrones.
Wow.
She she talks about it constantly, but she's a really good example of the fact that like it can happen to anyone, the healthiest of us,
Yeah.
completely, and it comes out of freaking nowhere. And they're still trying to figure out like where mine came from. Right now, like what's been kind of figured out is the fact that it did come from COVID, but apparently it just kickstarted a gene in me that was there dormant, and it just started. And
Wow.
yeah. And the thing is, like, COVID is doing this to a ton of people.
Oh yeah.
And that is literally the hardest part, is kind of
It
like
is.
figuring out, like, let's not let's not do this, please. But yeah,
Right.
um it's affecting literally everybody. So yeah.
It is. It is. COVID is not
So,
a
like,
joke either.
right, but that's what I'm kind of trying to explain. Like, mine came from COVID, yours came from something completely different. Is just,
Yeah.
it can come from anywhere.
Anything.
And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, the biggest thing that, like, we have to always remember is, like, how to identify a stroke,
Exactly.
because there is always the possibility of just missing those little key things. And it's literally insane, like, how much you can miss.
Exactly.
There's actually a video game, you know, The Last of Us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all of the symptoms from The Last of Us, um, all the symptoms that they explain how you've been infected with the cordyceps,
Mhm.
those are the same symptoms of a stroke, quite literally. And it's insane.
Damn. That is crazy. I did not even think of that. Like, it's good that you brought the. No, I'm gonna play that game again.
Yeah. It's
I'm gonna
amazing
play
because
it.
I ended up replaying it, and I do actually plan on replaying it on my channel.
Uh,
But my whole thing is I'm going to push for that. In which, like, so me streaming this game, I want to talk about the fact that this is a symptom of a stroke. This is the fastest way that you can identify that someone is having an issue. Confusion. First one. First and foremost. We both went through the confusion. Second of all, drooping of the face and loss of a limb. Basically, like, you're not able to use a limb or whatever. The fact that you were unable to walk correctly. Same for me. I was crab walking around my entire house.
yep.
And that was strange to me because I've never done that. And I'm just sitting and going, this is not normal. I can walk normal. Why am I not walking normal? So
Yep.
it's just, yeah, it's really, it's needs to be talked about more, and I really wish people talked about it. So
Exactly. That's the whole
yeah,
reason why I decided to do this, because again,
yeah,
like I said at the beginning, not everyone knows what to look for. Not everyone knows what to do. So that's why I figured let me go ahead and talk about this, because this is important, you know. People who watch, they could possibly save someone's life at that given
right.
moment, you know, like honestly, like one thing my roommate did wrong though. He gave me water. They
Well,
told me
that's,
never do that.
yeah. You're technically not supposed to give somebody water. It's only because, and the reason why is because if you're going to be uh, what is that? The When you have the anesthesiologist give you stuff, you could have a reaction to it and immediately vomit up. So, and
Exactly.
that's why they don't want anything in your stomach, essentially.
Yep.
So that's why.
Yep.
But yeah,
Also,
I just had somebody pop in and say, "Thank you for speaking out about COVID causing these things in young people." Yeah,
oh yeah, totally.
COVID can do a whole bunch of stuff, but yes, the biggest one that they're seeing is blood clots is the
Yeah,
biggest one. But yeah,
big time, big time, big time. Yeah, like that's like honestly, like with COVID, like the symptoms of COVID is just like that. When I got it, that literally came out of nowhere, and it was summertime when I got it. Like it
yep,
literally came out of nowhere. It's just like what the hell? Like
yeah,
I got hot and I got cold out of nowhere. Like cold, straight up cold. Like
yep,
what the hell happened?
yeah,
Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad. It's just I told myself
yeah.
from then on I gotta stay healthy. Nope, did not
Well,
happen.
I mean, even then, like, you're sitting there saying, like, I gotta get healthy. Like, it's gonna happen whether you are healthy or not. That's the biggest thing. And um like, I was diagnosed with anaphospholipid antibody syndrome, ANA syndrome, which is a blood clotting disorder. But the problem is, there's three different factors when that comes in, and I only have one of those, and that's due from COVID activating it. So, like, it's weird because I'm on blood thinners now for the rest of my life because, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I'm on blood pressure medicine for the rest of my life as well. Also for my spasticity. Can't
Yeah,
say that word right. Yeah, because like I still have not. It's hard. I still have not regained my whole left side yet. Although I can walk, I don't really have much in my left right now. So I'm still
right.
working on it. No, but like I'm actually
It's gonna
happy to
take
see
time.
that. Oh yeah, I'm really happy to see that you have your full use of your left side. Like it gives me hope. It really gives me hope.
You'll get there. You'll definitely get there. It's just gonna take a lot of time,
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. I have.
That's the hard part.
I know. That's the thing. I have nothing but time. you
Yeah,
know.
you and me both. I mean, we
Exactly.
basically got time back, essentially,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that's what we're doing with it. So yeah, Lancet Jades is saying their stroke was probably due to COVID too. In fact, technically, I had 4 strokes over 3 months, or 6, depending on how you count. Yeah, it's absolutely insane how
Oh my
much like
God,
can come in.
Lancet.
Because I when I did the brain scan, because it wasn't until like I was out of the hospital and everything, and I was looking at like the notes and everything. I literally had 3 brain bleeds at the
Ooh.
time of my stroke, and then I had the 2 strokes basically. So I had the 1 stroke going into losing all my left side, and in the operating room, that's when I had the second stroke, which went to the
Mm.
pons of the back of the stroke, back of the brain. Sorry, and
That's
that's when I
insane.
like died for like a couple of minutes, and then they brought me back. But yeah, it's strokes are really hard, absolutely so
It
hard.
is. It really, really is. Honestly, like the first 3 months out, it was so hard for my brother because I actually when I moved back to California, I'm actually living with my younger brother right now.
Yeah,
He actually had to take over everything, literally helping me do everything, like taking a
yeah,
shower, changing my clothes, helping me
hmm,
use the bathroom, cooking for me, like literally everything.
yeah,
But over time, I started to learn doing things one handed.
hmm,
It's for me, I have background of cooking. Like, I have a shit ton of cooking experience.
yeah,
Um, so in the beginning, I literally told my brother what to do. So he was the hands, I was the brain. I told him how to cook, and about 3 months after that, I started doing stuff on my own. Like I started to cook little things, and
yeah,
from there, my brother was actually really happy that I could make something simple for myself.
yeah,
So from there, it got better. Like I started to cook little things like eggs, sausages, simple stuff. And then it
hmm,
got back to even more stuff like more complicated cooking. Like, and then full blown, I told my brother, "Get the hell out of the kitchen. This is mine now." Like,
yeah.
I literally, like, I cook for both of us every day, and it's been like that for
That's good though.
about, yeah, like, for me, like, I've been cooking for over 25 years now, and
Hmm,
I told myself I'm gonna perfect my cooking, and even as one handed, like, I'm actually very surprised, like, at myself how much I can cook, like. everything that I could cook with both hands, I could do one-handed. Like, literally, like Filipino food takes a long time to prepare.
Yeah.
And me doing it one-handed, I'm just like, okay, holy shit, I can actually do all of this. Like, I've been able to everything I love doing, like gaming, cooking.
Hmm.
I found ways to adapt to doing it one-handed, and I was just like, holy crap, I learned something new. Like, I could play my video games. Like, I'm not gonna be sad no more because I told myself in the hospital, I was like, if I can't play my video games, man, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, you and me
Oh my
both, man.
god. Oh my god. Yo, but what's up, man? Welcome in, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I really told myself, like, okay, we're gonna work at this. I had to teach myself how to play one-handed.
yeah,
I don't have it with me right now, but it's basically an Xbox controller with the attachment for right-handed.
nice.
And it took me about 26 hours. So basically beating Resident Evil 4 remake, beating that whole
Okay.
game to learn how to use it. Like, it was
Yeah,
so tough. I almost gave up on myself. I literally almost gave up on myself because it was so hard. Like, something that you used
yeah,
to doing with two hands, and you're just thinking to yourself, how the hell am I doing this one-handed? Like, I had to figure out how to do all this stuff. Like, it's really amazing how resilient humans are. Like, we will,
yeah,
like, for me, like, I will not stop until I get something right. Like, in a video game, especially a hard game, like, I will not stop until I win. I'm
yeah.
stubborn. I don't know about you, but I'm very stubborn.
I could be stubborn
Uh,
too. Like there's those moments where you're like, I want to rage quit, but then I'm just like, you know what? No, I can't. I can't sit here and rage quit. I got to keep going. I got to keep doing
exactly.
this.
Exactly.
Cause yeah,
That's how I'm treating my stroke right now. I gotta keep going. I cannot stay and let dormant. I cannot do that to myself because
yeah,
if I do, I will go back to being feeling sorry for myself, moping around, like not being
yeah,
happy. I don't want that. And I, I'm just telling myself I cannot allow myself to fall down, especially with how
yeah,
far I've gotten. Like 3 years out, like they're coming up on 3 years.
yeah. Same.
I'm really like, yeah, same with you. Like, I'm actually really happy, like, with how much I'm able to accomplish just by myself one-handed. Like, doing
Yeah.
everything, like even like helping my brother keep this place clean, like cooking for the both of us, getting
Hmm.
myself ready, doing this for myself. Even helping him with the laundry and stuff like that. Like I'm able to do stuff around it. I'm not, I'm not gonna lay around and just not do shit. Like, no, I
That
can't do
doesn't.
that.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you. So like at
Exactly,
that point, you gotta help yourself. Yeah, that's a big thing. Um,
exactly.
yeah, because I mean, I remember my entire like recovery process for like that first year. Of course, the first 3 months, like I went through the physical therapy and a whole bunch of stuff. But one of the
Yeah,
main things that they told me to do was play a lot of video games with puzzles. And that was Breath of the Wild for me. Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Switch. And let
nice.
me tell you, some of those puzzles are hard, man.
Oh, I
I'm sitting there
bet.
going, how am I supposed to figure this out? So, like, I'm doing my best and trying to do it, and then getting into the whole doing that, and then moving on to like other games. It's been interesting because if you go back on my channel, because I upload all my stuff onto YouTube, but
Yeah,
if you go back and watch Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I played that right before my stroke, and then Star Wars Jedi Survivor is a sequel to it, and that's what I'm playing through right now. But right after my stroke, Survivor came out, and I was doing my best to try and get through Survivor, and I got like 1/4 of the way through, and I put it down. because I was like, this is a hard game to like keep up with. And I'm very proud of myself now because I, in fact, beat Fallen Order again. And I was like, cool, great. We played the game, streamed it, beat it, and now I'm playing Survivor. But I'm sitting here playing both of them, and I'm trying to figure stuff out. And I'm like, now I understand why I put this down back when I was recovering, because this was so difficult to go through.
Yeah.
And even now, like, I'm impressed with myself when I can get through a puzzle. And what also helps is I have a great mod who sticks up with me, keeping up with everything and proceeding to basically send me hints or help me out with like a puzzle, like give me some stuff to help me out. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's how to do it. And then I'll go figure it out, and we're gold by then. So yeah, it's just, I think the key thing that us as like stroke survivors is literally having the people around us who support us. Because if we really didn't have that, I don't think, I know for me, for one person, like I would struggle. I would have struggled really badly.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, because I have PTSD from my stroke. Go figure. I never would have thought that I would have PTSD, but yeah, I have PTSD from it, and I'm in EMDR therapy through it, and like I'm still in that therapy, and it's super helpful. I could go to a mountain and shout on the top of like, please do EMDR therapy, because it helps.
And that's awesome. That's awesome that you
Yeah.
have that to help you cope with it. That's awesome to have.
Yeah.
And just having just also like just having someone to talk to, just vent to whenever you have those days. It's just like, fuck
Yeah.
the world, man. I actually need to talk to someone. Like, I gotta tell someone something. Like, being stuck in your head all day long sucks.
Yes.
So
because
much.
you are stuck in your head. You're literally stuck in your head every day.
Exactly.
Like you're there and you speak to yourself, and the hard part is like being kind to yourself.
Exactly.
Because I know it's hard to go through it, and it's just, when I'm looking at it, I keep always seeing these like little the little self-help things, or what are those, the go get 'em tiger like quote things, and one of them said, you're the main person that you talk to the most, talk kindly to yourself. One of the people who are watching my channel, mostly Leslie, says EMDR therapy is the best thing I ever did for PTSD. Nothing else ever worked for me. Yeah. I would argue that it's probably the best therapy to do, and it helps you get out of literally any situation in your brain and gets you out of it.
That's really good to have. That's really good to have. Like, honestly, like,
Yeah.
I need to look at that for myself. Like, I hate being in my own thoughts. Like, sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, I love that I have an amazing imagination, but holy shit.
You and me both. Yeah.
Holy shit, like, sometimes even for myself, that's just dangerous to walk into.
Yeah.
And, just thinking so many different things. Like, oh my god, like, actually, there's a person who reached out to me. Like, I was going through some stuff, and they really helped me. They really pulled me out of my own mind, like from my own sanity. Like, and also, I'm very thankful for that, because had I not reached out to anyone, I probably would have I probably would have self-destructed for sure. For damn sure. Like, that's why. Like, if you're watching, just know that I'm very, very thankful for you.
Yeah. The fact that like I have followers and I have people that have like stayed on for me, yeah, that's a big thing. It's a big thing that I've had a ton of people who have stayed behind me like this entire time, and I'm super thankful of it. Yeah. But
definitely.
yeah, you literally do have to talk to yourself in the best way possible, because if you don't,
Yeah.
yeah, it can go down like a very bad route. But to give you like a really good kind of talking about what EMDR is, it's three different forms of the therapy. You choose one for your therapy. So there's one for sound, there's one for sight, and there's one for touch. Um, it always depends on the therapist. My therapist is online, so I do everything in the comfort of my home. So I'm not leaving and going to somewhere that's um, different. But I do sound therapy for my EMDR. But yes, it's the three different ones, and you control what you go through basically through the therapy. But
Yeah.
they basically walk you through the process of going through the memory, and you use the sound to keep yourself present while you are going through the therapy, and then you have to dissect how you felt through that process. And once you understand how you felt, then you have to talk to yourself and say, I'm here. I'm here right now. And then you go through that, repeating that process of basically taking that negative thought and making it into a positive thought and putting yourself through that. And what helps is I would have slight moments of PTSD in which I would have a headache, like it would become a migraine, and immediately I would start worrying on having a stroke again, and I would start panicking. And with going through the therapy that I had, I could sit down and do like a meditation almost and remind myself, I am present. This is not a stroke in this moment. Um, but I would have to go through the stroke assessment to make sure I'm not having anything happening to me in that moment. And then once I went through that, then I was like, okay, I'm good. So yeah, it's it definitely helps a lot. Mostly Leslie says, I did it over 20 years ago. The therapist used a light bar with sounds and buzzing things in my hands. So they did all three. Okay.
Huh.
That works though. That
Nice.
sometimes somebody needs all three. So yeah.
Actually, most of us is actually a friend of mine.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, so in my Discord, I mentioned that I will be having a guest speaker along with me. So please give them a follow. Yeah. So
Thank you.
it's cool.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
of course, no problem, no problem. You're very
But
welcome.
yeah,
Um,
uh, I yeah, I definitely promote EMDR therapy. Even if like you haven't had a stroke or anything like that, just go try it out, please. Nice.
I for sure will try it out. I really appreciate
Yeah.
you sharing that a lot as well. Like, I never thought of doing that. Like that. Oh my God, EMDR. Like, I never thought of
Hmm.
doing that. Like, it really sounds like it's up my alley because for myself, like when I was going through massage therapy school,
Hmm.
I learned how to do Eastern medicine. So I actually learned how to do traditional Japanese Reiki. So it's a
Okay.
spiritual energy cleansing. I learned
Hmm.
how to do that through writing a paper. My teacher never taught me. Even she was impressed that I learned about that by myself. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of a therapy that I do for myself. Like I try to cleanse my energy, just like try to reset myself, like meditate, put myself together, ground myself with the earth and heaven. Get my mind clear. Try
Hmm.
to freshen up my energy and everything. It really does help too. But I really want to try the EMDR. That really sounds like it's up my alley for sure.
I think you would like it a lot.
I
I
think
really
so
do.
too. I think so. For me, like I love listening. I think I would probably try all of them, but for sure sound though, because like
Yeah.
for me, like even for me, like I could sleep through sound. Sound does not bother me when I'm sleeping, so I figured let me try sound out. So
Well, the sounds can
That's
all be different, but like mine
ah,
specifically is something to like something that centers me. So they'll give you several different sounds to choose from, and you get to choose that, and that sound will be the one that they continue on.
gotcha. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to look into that. I might. Is this something that I can literally do on my own, or do I have to go to a specialist for this?
Well, I go to a specialist for it specifically, and you do have to look and ask them, do you do EMDR therapy? And it should be covered by your insurance as well, especially with the fact that like you've had a stroke. You should be able to use that side of it.
Good point. I'm really gonna bring that up to my doctor. I'm gonna ask him
Yeah,
like, can I try? Can I'm definitely gonna ask him for sure. I really
yeah,
appreciate that. Like, oh man, awesome. Leslie, so Leslie brought up the fact that my old apartment, my smoke alarm would beep all the time. It would
yeah.
bother the hell out of her, but not me.
You're like, oh, it's just a beep.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's how I'm just thinking to myself, okay, sound might be the way to go.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's awesome. But yeah, I'm actually again, I'm really happy that I was able to get this off the ground because again, like I said, like not everyone knows. Not everyone knows what to look for or what to feel like what they're supposed to be feeling when they're having a stroke. Like
yeah,
that's why I want to talk to other stroke survivors to see if they're comfortable about sharing their story online, like live, like what we're doing right now. And
yeah.
I really, again, I really appreciate you, joining with me today to start this off. And there will be more for sure. For
Yeah.
damn sure, there will be a lot more. Um, any last remarks at all, or anything? Any last things you want to say?
I think the biggest thing that I probably would want to talk about are the symptoms of a stroke.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, because let's see. Yeah, so the stroke symptoms. So the acronym for it is called Be Fast. So the first one is B is balance. If you lose your balance and you don't have balance, that's an indication. The next one is eyes. Um, I'm looking at what it means. Blurred vision.
Eyes,
Yeah, so I
the
had
blurred
that. I
vision.
definitely
Yeah,
had the blurred vision in which like I can
same.
only see through like a circle basically.
Yep.
The F is face, so that one side of the face is dropping. You had the drooping, I had the drooping when I started mine.
Yep.
A is the arm, so a arm or leg weakness. I had arm weakness and confusion with it. And then the S is speech, which is difficult speech. You start
Word.
slurring your speech, which I
Yep.
started mine when I went into mine.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
T is time. Time to call the ambulance, 911. Yeah.
Yep. You gotta be fast. You gotta be
Yep.
fast about it because every single second counts.
It does. Yeah.
I think it's I can't remember how much time like a stroke survivor has. Like I can't remember, is it an hour or 4 hours I can't remember. There was something I read.
I want
I
to say
knew
4 hours because
4 hours,
I
right?
think yeah. Um, let me look that up really quick.
Because I have Be Fast here as well myself. I'll pull that up
0 to 3 hours. Yes. 0 to 3 hours.
3 hours.
It depends on the type of stroke that's happening. So yeah, 0 to 3 hours. And I was within the 3 to 4 hour time limit when I
Same
had
here.
ended up having mine. So yeah.
Yeah. Same. We are both lucky. Straight up
Yes.
lucky.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
and it was hard for me to like identify it that in the beginning because like heavy depression just went over me horribly within the first year, and I was just like, why am I still here? Like, why is this? What is going on? Like, why did this happen? There's a lot of whys and what ifs, and I've learned since then that I'm like, I can't live on that at all. There is, what am I going to do with the time I have left?
Exactly.
That's what I have basically looked at now. So, yeah.
I totally agree with that. Like, honestly, like, the way I see it, like, when I was in the hospital, I actually had a lot of time to talk with the man upstairs. Like, I had a lot of time to talk with God in the hospital. I'm just like, God, please help me. Like, really, like, look over me. Like, help me get out of here. Help me recover. Help, like, give me the strength to keep going. Like, I kept praying for it, and
Yeah.
I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm very happy that I'm still alive, walking around with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, like you, we're both reborn as different. We're still the same person, but different.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Stuff like
treating
this
myself.
changes you.
Yeah,
In
it
in
does.
a yeah. And sometimes there's some ways in which like it can hurt somebody, and then other times it can help that person kind of find a purpose, I guess I would say. But yeah, my reasoning for it is I'm looking at it going, okay, what am I going to do with the time left? Because
Exactly.
I could have lost that time, so what am I going to do with it now? So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Temper, honestly, like you're right. We are blessed to be here instead of lucky. We are blessed. You are very right, man. Thank you for correcting me. But yeah, like
Yeah.
honestly, like this whole thing, this whole experience, like it shows like no matter how much we suffer, we're
Mm-hmm.
still finding ways to overcome.
Yeah.
Like therapy. Having the support of your friends, family. Getting all the help you can get. And honestly, like a lot of my family, my friends, even my followers, like they all know what I've been through and they've seen it, and they all see like a lot of the progress I've made in my life, like going from being dependent to being almost independent, like within a matter of like a year or so. Like I'm just really happy to see like other stroke survivors like flourish because the hard work that they're putting into their therapy, to their recovery, because they want it so bad. They're just like myself, like you too. Like I want to get better. I don't want to be
Yep.
like this for the rest of my life. Like I want to be able to get out there to do what I want to do. Like go back. Like for me, I want to go back to the kitchen. Like I love cooking so much, so I want to go back to work in the kitchen again.
Yeah.
And honestly, like if I could, I would go back do this one handed. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you're gonna say no.
Well, I mean, it depends on the place that you're going to work. I think
Exactly.
I would challenge you to go reach out to several different places and see what they have for helping in that sense for like someone who's disabled, essentially. See if they have certain accommodations. I would reach out to that. And you could prove that you can cook. So there's no issues there. So I don't see why not.
Right. And I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try like even if I try for like a Chili's or something, like someone. I'll ask somebody who would be willing to give me a chance, like
Yeah.
because like I'm not gonna lie, I miss working so much. I miss making my own money. Like this
Yeah.
ability, I said, I mean, I'm grateful that I have it, but it's just not enough. Like
Yeah.
having to really like budget yourself. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've been budgeting myself mostly now because I don't work.
Right.
And just thinking to myself, okay, if I can get better, just a little bit more, I can try to go back to work. So I told myself now I'm gonna try to go work. So we'll see
I
what
would I would
happens.
probably tell you to start small, somewhere small. Like
Oh yeah,
maybe not Chili's, but somewhere small in which they could get you up to speed again and then kind of
yeah.
go from there.
Like a mom and pop spot or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a
I would
bad
say
idea.
so.
That's not a bad idea. And there's a few spots around I could ask. You know what?
It's
Thank you for that.
part-time. It would be part-time work. So like you could get started with it and kind of see how you go with it. And if you do flourish and like what you're expecting is that you can get back onto your feet and you're using one arm, like then that's experience that you can bring to a franchise like Chili's or anywhere else and be like, hey, I can do this. This is my time and this is my speed and this is what I can do. And you can get back there.
You know, that's a really very very good point. I'm gonna do that. Like I already had an idea of what I'm gonna be doing for work when it comes time
Hmm.
because I talked to my old boss that I can come back to work for him. But what you're telling me, like honestly, that sounds like a better idea. Like
It's starting slow. It's basically not putting a whole bunch of responsibility onto your shoulders. So you're starting slow and you have your own expectations. So you set your expectations and you get to that point.
man, thank you for that. Like for real, it's like I guess I just need to hear it from someone else.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's usually what we need sometimes. We just need that one person who goes around and says, like, hey, BT dubs, you could totally do this. Just start small.
Very
But my
right, very
friends know
very
me as
right.
that kind of person. I will just come in and be like, you got to start somewhere. So you might as well just start. So, yeah, that's what happened after my stroke. Because, like, I didn't do streaming. I didn't do streaming after my stroke because I was like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't do streaming before my stroke because I was scared to do it and I didn't know how to start. I didn't know where to go. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't
Oh
know.
yeah.
And I held myself back because I didn't get started. And that was the biggest thing that I took after the stroke is I have to start somewhere. You have to start before you become big. And a lot of people are like, oh, these people have made it big. Like, they've basically made it, and I'm nowhere compared to where they are. And I think the biggest thing, and as I have told this to quite literally everybody who knows me, do not compare yourself to other people. You are yourself. You will start, but the biggest thing is you have to start. You have to do it. So this podcast that you're doing, this is your start. My stream, when I first started, it was a horrible mess. You could go back through my Instagram and see all of my beginning like clips and a whole bunch of stuff. It was bad. Like the lighting was horrible. How I had everything was bad. I didn't have this beautiful mic that I have now. I didn't have the light. I didn't have the monitor. I didn't have the camera. But I started. That was the biggest thing. And then through people popping in and going, hey, you should try this, you should try this, you should try this. And it was quite literally people giving me advice and giving help. And I really think that's what we need in a community of like this community, of the gaming community, of everything, is that we're willing to help each other, but we're always also willing to stand behind you and going, you can do this, but you got to start somewhere.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm actually happy that you started because being a streamer, especially nowadays, like it's hard to start because everyone is doing the same thing, gaming.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's best to find your niche that works with you, like something that something that works for you, something that clicks with you. Like for me, aside from, I do a lot of gaming on my channel as well, but not just that. I also do cooking because I want to share my talent with the world. Everyone loves
Hmm.
food, so I figured,
Yeah.
let me share this. Let me share my skill with everyone, and not not I don't just cook, but I also share my recipes. I share how I teach you how to cook while I'm cooking whatever. Like
Yeah.
I make it as interactive as I can with people watching me, and people love it because you know it's just like going like Benihana.
Yeah.
You watch a live chef cooking right in front of you. I deliver the same exact experience only on the phone, or only through live streaming. So I find other things to do besides just gaming, like this
Right.
podcast. I do a lot of podcasting back in the day.
Right.
Um, yeah, so I figured let me get this going. So, um, as it's been an experience on how to do different things when it comes to streaming, and honestly, like, for, I'm pretty sure you know this already, as you've been streaming for a while.
Hmm.
Being yourself on stream is the only way to do it. You don't have to be someone else. Just be you. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
that's yeah. You have to be yourself because you're not showing
exactly,
your authentic self if you're not. So,
exactly, exactly.
right.
Like, be as well, not be open, but you know what I mean? Like, for me,
Yeah.
I'm actually very open with my channel. I tell them everything. It's just like they're like all my best friends. Like I tell them everything, literally everything, like how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, what my
Yep.
mood is like. Why do I feel like shit? Like things like that. Like my stream knows a lot about me already. So I'm just that's just the person I am. Um, what
Yeah.
one of my fathers just talking about how he knows how many mics I've been through. I've been through like 3 different mics. I've been through 4 different cameras. Like so many different gear I've been through, and it's crazy.
Yeah. I get that.
Oh
I
yeah,
get that completely. I've
yeah.
already been through 2 mics. So yeah,
See,
I get it.
see, you know exactly what I mean.
Yes.
Oh my god! But as a streamer, honestly, we really build that character. Like we build that persona. I guess you could call it
Hmm.
a persona, an online persona, like an
Yep.
outside version of yourself. But you're still you, just in a different way. I guess you're like an entertainer almost.
I'm a
You know what I'm
little bit more
saying?
outgoing when I'm on
Yeah,
stream, so
yeah,
I
yeah.
completely get that. I'm a
Yes.
huge introvert. All my friends know me as like this person who will probably sit in a corner and not do anything. But when I'm on stream, I kind of force myself to talk more because I'm usually not a talker. So yeah, being here and talking is always like really helpful for me. But if it's a point of like you and I are having the conversation about this, then that's easy talking points for me because I can easily go through everything with you.
Oh, of
But
course.
actually being on the game, it's funny because actually doing the game is a little bit different than that because you don't have anybody you're physically talking to, so you're just talking to a game. And my biggest thing is usually making jokes while I'm playing the game. And I'll
Yeah,
like
yeah,
converse with the characters even though I know for a fact they're not talking to me. But
yeah.
it's the easiest way of doing it, and that's where I get most people like starting to talk to me. So yeah.
And that's a great tool to use, though. Honestly, like everyone has different way of communicating with the stream. Like for
Hmm.
myself, like when I'm playing the game, like I'll talk and then I'll just start talking about random stuff, like literally just anything, just to keep me talking. Like I'll
Hmm.
start talking about my life. I'll talking about the game I'm playing, or I'll talk about the device I'm using for gaming, or the food I
Yeah.
just cooked. Like just something to keep me talking with people, so that way it's not quiet.
Right. Awkward silence.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, this has been like, a really good experience, even for me, because again, like I said, this is the first one I've ever done with anyone else. So actually, the first episode to this whole podcast idea of mine. So even for me, just this alone, it's already giving me an idea of how I want to build this podcast from, for the next one going on, and again,
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me to have this experience, talking with you and trying to build, the structure of this whole podcast. So again, thank
hmm
you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be very interested in helping you out further if you wanted help with that. So just let me know, and I can help you through that process. I'd be
Hell
happy to.
yeah. Hell yeah. All right. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. I like, for real, like, not only has this been an awesome conversation, but you are offering help like this, just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, it's a community that I know, like, is there. So yeah, I'm absolutely, like, do you want help with that? Yeah, absolutely. I'll help you with that. So
My homie says co-host.
I
Right?
mean, I would not mind it. I could help you with that.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll definitely talk more about this, like, of course, on another time. But this is
Yeah.
awesome. All right, sweet. So
Yeah.
yeah, the awesome, again, this has been an awesome conversation, and again, thank you so much, Wisdom.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
absolutely.
for reals.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Again, when you said yes, I was like, all right, we're gonna get this
Well,
going.
I'm the one person who immediately, like, oh, you want to talk about stroke? Let's talk about it, because I don't think enough people talk about it. And I'm
Exactly.
sitting here going, yeah, we do need to talk about it. We need to spread this awareness, and if we can actually spread this awareness farther, let's do it.
Exactly.
So
That's why, like,
yeah,
that's why I'm so happy I did this, like, today, especially today, because, like, I was like, it's the weekend, not everyone's gonna be busy just hanging out and stuff like that. Plus a Sunday,
yeah,
so yeah, this has definitely been a great experience for sure. Like, being able to share stories of our incident and how our recovery is going, and other
yeah,
experiences, like the, what was that, EMDR? Was that
yeah. EMDR
yeah,
therapy. Hmm.
yeah, exactly. I learned something new today.
Yeah,
And I got you to thank for that. So again, thank you.
yeah, absolutely.
Give me 1 second. Uh, so one of my followers said, I do have a question though. What causes? Oh, okay. So my homie is asking what causes a stroke. So he's asking if it's stress. And Buddha, I'm
It
gonna tell you
can
right
be.
now, bro. That was one of the reasons too much stroke is stress, bro. Like, stress was one of them for sure, and that's why, like, I want to tell everyone, please, like, don't stress so much, because that can be a huge factor to having a stroke. Um, like, the triggers for me, it was again, overworking, eating bad, not working out, not enough sleep.
Well, so here's some medical risks that are a cause of stroke. So the first one is high blood pressure.
Yeah, that
The
was
second
actually
one is
me.
cigarette smoking or secondhand smoke exposure. Literally, we can't always escape the secondhand smoke exposure because, I mean,
Yep.
it's all around us, kind of thing.
Yep.
The third one is high cholesterol. Fourth one is diabetes. The fifth one they're saying is obstructive sleep apnea. Did not know that was a thing.
Oh, I did not know
And
that
then,
either.
yeah, the sixth one is cardiovascular disease. So that includes heart failure, heart defects, heart infection, or irregular heart rhythm, such as atrial fibrillation. Yes, absolutely. But I am the seventh one, which is COVID. So,
Ah, oh my god, what are the chances, right? Who
right.
knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? Yeah, Buddha, please, like, try your best, bro. Just do your best to really limit the
Yeah.
stress. Like, yeah, exactly. Change things, please, bro. Like, for myself, I had to make major changes to my life, like how I
Yeah.
eat, like the way I eat. I
Mm-hmm.
don't eat like I don't stuff myself down full no more. I don't do that anymore. I eat more healthier. Like I eat more
Mm-hmm.
like more chicken, more greens, like more salads, more vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I eat more healthier now. Like before, I just used to eat anything and a lot of it. Like I would fill myself till I'm full and I can't breathe. Like nowadays, no. I really watch what I eat, how much of it I
Yeah.
eat, and like I don't drink alcohol no more. I still smoke weed, but you know,
I'm bad. I drink alcohol, but I don't drink till I get drunk. That's not the reason why I do it. But alcohol can lead to certain things, so please be careful. Drink in
yes, yes,
moderation
everyone.
or don't drink. That's the one thing I
Yes,
would tell you.
exactly, exactly,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Everyone, please, I really hope that everyone who's tuning in today, like, really take consider take into consideration of the things that we've been talking about today. Like, you'll never know. You might save someone's life, even your own. Even
Hmm.
your own. You will never know. You will never
Yep.
know. And honestly, like, this is something if I will never wish on my enemies ever. I will never wish
No.
anyone a stroke. Never, never, never.
You know what?
Because
You know what's really funny? Is the fact that like most of the people that I talk to about a stroke have all expected that I passed out at some point, and I don't know what happened. And I was like, you know what the
yeah,
worst thing is? I was awake through the entire thing, so I know exactly what has happened,
exactly.
and that is a
Same.
worse thing to experience than just passing out.
Exactly.
Absolutely
Like,
a worse
oh,
thing.
oh my god. Like literally the whole time I was looking up at the ceiling, like, what the fuck? Like,
Yes.
literally, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. That is literally what was going through my mind too. I'm just sitting here going, what the hell is happening right now? I don't
Exactly,
understand
exactly.
what's happening.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Leslie says,
absolutely
chance,
insane.
yeah. Yeah. Leslie says that COVID does horrible things to your body, which is very true. And the chances are
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
Um, put the vermicelli ball down, man. And one of my viewers, Lena, she says hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, yeah, honestly, everyone, this has been a great experience, even for me, because of being a host is something that I've been wanting to do, and being able to do is having this podcast like live, like, it's a great experience, even for the viewers, because again, like I said, you will never know. You will
Yeah,
never know.
yeah. You can
Uh,
never know. Like, your biggest thing is knowing what the stroke symptoms are. And the next thing is being able to identify them very quickly.
exactly, exactly,
That's the
everyone.
biggest thing.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone, if you guys have any questions at all, like anything, like, are you afraid of a stroke? Like, what can you do to prevent it? Like, what can you do? What should you do? Like in an event where someone is having one? Like, honestly, feel free to ask questions, because again, you could save your life, or you could save someone else's life, like your family's life. Like you'll never know when these things will happen. Just want to be on
Yep.
top of it because a stroke is no joke. Like
Yeah.
especially for the people who are still like recovering, like the ones who are like in like 10 plus years, 20 plus years stroke, and they still have not recovered. Like
Hmm.
I feel really, really bad for them because they really, really tried to get all the way back, but nothing.
Yeah.
So for us to still have what we have right now, like especially with the things that we're able to do, like we are
Hmm.
blessed to have that for sure. We are very, very blessed. Like Kemper on my Facebook has said, we are very blessed people to still be here.
Yeah.
And
I'm thankful that I'm still here. I'm thankful that there's a community that's now here because I didn't know that this community was here. The fact that I just got invited in like last Thursday and I'm just immediately doing a podcast with you this Sunday. And I'm just like, hey, wait a minute. Like, I
this is
didn't
cool,
know this was here. This
right?
is
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
actually, me and Lance, like we were talking about having an actual Discord. So he started it up and he invited me into it. I was like, okay, this is really cool. Like now more people came in. I was like, yo, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of us than I thought. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Like I
There's
think there's
absolutely more of us. And
yeah.
I hope that we can connect with more people. I actually have a friend who had two strokes, so I'm going to invite her in because she is a huge streamer as well.
Hell
So yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. Definitely. That's awesome. Like see like that's perfect you mentioned that because you know having guest speakers like along with us like talking about experiences like things that we can do to help prevent it. Like that's awesome that you brought that up. Like
Yeah.
yeah, we're definitely gonna get this rolling for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure we can. And we can start up like some um I'm sure like we can set up some stuff that we can do on Instagram and a whole bunch of stuff. Because I edit
Yeah.
all of my stuff. I do all the edits for everything, so I can help with all of this. So if we want to start getting that going on Instagram and everything, we can get it going.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely talk more about this. We can also talk in the server as well.
Discord.
See if anyone, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see if anyone else would be willing to kind of join in on this as well. So, I mean, after
sure.
all, it is. I mean, after all, it is named Second Chance
Yeah,
Warriors.
yeah,
It is part of them as well. So, I figure, let's see. I
yeah.
mean, I don't want to put anyone on the spot or anything.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to
No.
push it on anyone. So I kind of figure, let me start off small. I'm not gonna try to push out an episode like every week or whatever. Just whenever I have someone who wants to join in, or if you have someone who wants to join in, we could plan that out as well. Like yeah,
Yeah,
just like there's something.
yeah,
But yeah, for sure. We'll definitely talk more about this off stream for sure.
yeah. Let's do
Um
it.
yeah. But again, I really appreciate you talking with me on this, being my first guest. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Any last things you want to mention before we end this call?
No, I don't have anything. Yeah.
Awesome. Yo, everyone, again, this is Wisdom, everyone. Please give her a follow. Um, Wisdom Event. What? Okay. Let me give you a
You're
shout out
good.
again, real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wisdom.
Yeah, my screen name is Wisdom of Centuries.
Super simple. All right, perfect. Thank you, Leslie. Appreciate it. But yeah, again, everyone, this was the first episode of Second Chance Warriors with with ve- with wisdom. I'm
You're
not trying
good.
to lose
It's
my
okay.
match. I'm starting to lose my train of thought here.
It's
But
okay.
okay, wisdom again. Thank you so much for joining it today, and we definitely will talk a lot more later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's stay in contact. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Again, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. You too.
Of course. All right. Have a good one. I'll catch you later.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye bye. All right, everyone. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to uh oh my god. Applaud. Thank you, dancing. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, that's why. You be off already. Oh my lord. Why is my camera not working now? What the hell? Bro. Okay, you know what? Give me 1 second, everyone. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. This Joy can open this up. Open this. Okay. I know. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second, everyone. Oh, this is not right. Hold on. Transform this. Hold on. Give me 1 second, everyone. Oh my god, hold on. I apologize, everyone. Hold up. Oh my god, where the hell is it? Alright, stretch out. There we go. Alright. What'd you guys think of my first episode of Second Chance Warriors? Like, honestly, like, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, actually. Like I've been trying to think of who would very fun. Thank you, dancing. Thank you. Oh, Leslie, thank you. So, I really appreciate you, all of you being here for this. Like, this has been a really good experience, even for myself. Like, getting back into a podcast form. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a while. And give me 1 second, everyone. All right. But yeah, like I said, it's been a very long time since I've actually talked. I talk about my stroke a whole lot, and yeah, that one was very, very good. Actually, give me 1 second here. All right, Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening in to my first podcast. Kemper, thank you for stopping in. John, thank you for stopping in. Maria, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate all of you. I'm actually gonna end this stream here for Facebook. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And when the next episode comes, I will let you guys know. I will let everyone know. So again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye. All right, Facebook is done. Same thing. Actually, same with YouTube as well. So, yeah, YouTube, yo, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.